Today we're going to be looking at some influencers embarrassing themselves. Influencer thinks she's entitled to not paying before opening.
Labubus, but I feel like they might be fake. I don't even care.
Okay, so she has mentioned Labubus, and I know I just paused this by the way. What is a Labubu and what is the meaning behind it? Now I know it's like a little teddy thing, but like what are they? Are they like teddies that you sleep with? Are they teddies that you collect? Is it like a collectible thing? I have just seen people continually talking about Labubus and I don't know what it is, but I want to know. I'm gonna guess it's some sort of like collectible teddy maybe. See the price of some of them, I've literally been seeing some of them going for hundreds of pounds. Like designer Labubus.
They are. I just want a Labubu so bad. This is the only thing I want in life. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this box because there's a pink option. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go with this box. Okay, let's see what I got. I'm so excited.
Okay, so you're gonna... Yeah, so this is the issue here.
After Wait guys, I'm not gonna rob you of your Labubu.
No. Because you open, I can say I know life.
Yeah, you know, like let's pay for something before you open it.
What if I ran? All my luggage is here. I got pink!
Oh, good luck. Yeah.
Oh my
Whoop
god!
whoop, well done, now pay.
Oh my god, guys.
You know, let the transaction go for an end, you can celebrate.
Is this a real Labubu? I'm gonna freak out. I could cry real tears.
Yeah, so like that's
Oh
what
my
she's
god, this is
getting
the best moment of my
emotional
entire
over.
life.
But like
Wow.
what actually is it?
Okay.
Is it like a collectible thing? I'm gonna guess it is.
Take 25% off for her.
Yeah, and I got a 25%. Oh.
Look, if she got the Labubu she wanted, fair play to her, just put the transaction through. Can we end the influencer era? They make us all look bad. The unboxers, the slot players, the fake gamblers, the reaction videoers. Oh god, look at me getting strays here. Also the tourists who make us look bad, blaring your loud music in their public transportation for clout, or interfering with people who are just trying to go about their day. Today is the best day ever, all because she found a pink trend item. Your life is shallower than a puddle get light. I mean, look, whenever it comes to people making videos online, and this is the whole thing about influencers, what do you view as an influencer? Because I wouldn't necessarily view her as one. I don't even know in my head what influencer is. I feel like it's such like an umbrella term. I think there is genuine influential people on social media, whether it's in fashion, music, even content creation. But for a girl like her, what would she be or what would I be? Because like in my head, I'm a YouTuber, I make YouTube videos. If someone walked up to me and said, oh, are you an influencer? I would say no, like I'm a YouTuber, I make YouTube videos. For her, would it be like a TikToker? I don't know. But the issue is that there's certain ones that do make everyone look bad. And you have this with everything in the world. A loud minority are heard more than the silent majority.
World record for fastest mile recorded in an airplane.
But seriously, you're crazy.
Thanks, babe. I'd never trained at this altitude, so I loaded up on as much carbs as possible. Technically, I couldn't find if there was any sort
Don't
of
tell me
record
he's
for
gonna
this,
run up and
so
down that
this is
plane.
still an unofficial record. First lap, I immediately went to the back of the plane for a Biscoff cookie. Most people were asleep, so I had no problem working my way through the aisles. Even the flight attendants were rooting for me and helping me keep track of my laps.
And were they rooting for you or were they trying to figure out why you're walking up and down the plane? I mean, put it this way, if I was on the plane and someone was continually walking up and down, I'd be thinking in my head, what are they doing? Why are they walking from one side to the other? What are they looking out for? What are they trying to do? I'd be thinking that's really suspicious.
Since there was no official record, I could take my time and walk the entire mile. I did some quick math, realizing I need about 50 laps to cross the mile threshold. I don't think this counts as altitude training, but it was a nice way to break up a long flight. This is my girlfriend checking in on me for my last lap, and there you have it, 18 minutes, 15 seconds. Walking and moving on flights helps keep your blood flowing and prevent blood clots. Victory meal, chicken and rice.
Now I can't say I haven't done that, like I've not done it to that extent, but there's been times when I've been in a flight, my legs have gotten really numb, gotten pins and needles, and you have to go for a wee walk. I think doing 50 laps is a little bit different. If somebody in that flight was awake and seen him walking up and down that plane, did he like explain why he was doing it? Like, I'm so sorry, if I was on that plane and somebody was doing that, I would be really weirded out. It's kind of like if you keep seeing somebody, if you ever been out, like you keep seeing somebody and it's literally as if you're following them, or sometimes they're following you. I feel like it would be a scenario like that where, like, you know, first time he walks by, understandable, second time understandable, third, fourth, fifth, you know, you're sort of going, right, what's going on here? This dude was on The Bachelor recently. I hate myself for knowing this. That's a dating show, isn't it? It's kind of like the American old version of Love Island. Who knows, maybe next record he might try to set is walking a mile on the Bachelor pad. You know what, at least he wasn't getting up in people's faces asking for fist bumps. The low bar we set for high flying. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's not too bad, but it's like, if someone was continually walking by you, would you not sort of start to sense that, you know, if you were asleep? I also love how he made it out like the flight attendants were rooting him on. They were doing the complete opposite. They were sussing you out. They were trying to figure out why you were continually walking up and down. Doing a few laps to stretch your legs, understandable. 50 laps, that's suspicious.
When you have 1 million followers, but your videos are only getting 30,000 views, this is just not the way it used to be. Like when Now it's like, I put videos out there and sometimes I just feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm like, where is my audience?
Jaclyn Hill with 1.2 million followers is being cut out for being another out-of-touch influencer. Specifically because she made this video about not getting her views and engagement that she used to while wearing this sweatshirt. People are saying we're tired of watching influencers rub their wealth in our faces. I'm sick of the buy mentality. Teach me something, educate me. That is what I want. She's also replied to a few comments too, saying, personally, I feel like you guys live in a dystopia. I am wondering how I'm going to financially recover from trying to give my kids a Christmas. Meanwhile, you guys are moving to LA and buying handbags that are more than my mortgage. So I scroll past it now. She replied saying, moving to LA and buying handbags proves that you see what you want to, because I also do giveaways all the time, link extremely affordable items, dupes, etc. on the daily basis. Someone also said, not her saying, where are my girls? The girls answering and her disagreeing and deleting comments. And she says, I have not deleted one comment, I swear. And then there's several people that call out her sweatshirt. Because I was like, there's no way this sweatshirt is $130. Yes, indeed, this sweatshirt is $135. Are these influencers getting out of touch, or are they still relatable? And are these the people that we still want to watch? Let me know.
The issue whenever it comes to having a big following on social media is to keep your audience engaged, and that is exactly what she's talking about. And I kind of understand where she's coming from. If she's got 1 million followers and only getting 30,000 views, that's 970,000 people who follow her who are not viewing her videos. And to be fair, that is a really bad view count for having 1 million followers. That'll be a slight reason as to why she's posted that. It's probably also got to do with finances. If she used to get a lot more views, she got a lot more money. Now she's not getting as many views, so she's evidently not getting as much money. That's probably the real reason she's complaining. What a way to dismiss 30,000 people who did watch. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, and look, 30,000 people is a lot of people. However, you also have to keep in mind she had 1 million people following her. So where is all of the 970,000 other people? That is an issue for content creators. You know, you constantly have to reinvent yourself. You have to have something about yourself that makes people want to come back and watch your videos. And going from hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views down to 30,000 views is a big decrease. I mean, I tell you, that'll slash how much money you make, I mean it. Her engagement is down and it's affecting her paycheck. That's what she's worried about, not us. I mean, yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. But then as well, you know, if she's constantly posting videos and she used to get lots and lots of views, she probably is going, you know, where are all these other people who used to watch me? You know, why aren't they watching my video? And that's an issue TikTokers will always have. You always have to find a way to make your viewers come back to watch your videos.
Then you've got dance, whatever. Like, it was always set every week. And then when I'm in a job like I am now, you don't know where you're going to be tomorrow. I could be in LA tomorrow for all I know. So I definitely say having a job like I have is quite hard. But I think it's always about writing things down. Visualizing is...
The reason people are annoyed with that video is basically her saying, you know, her job is hard. Leave this poor girl alone. She's stating the obvious. Constantly traveling and being displaced is hard. This is another issue that TikTokers and influencers find themselves in. The issues they have in their life are just not relatable to the average person. A big issue to the average person is not having to travel to LA one day and back to the UK the next. To them, their issues are a lot more serious. Now, I will also say she looks very, very young, so I understand why she might be a little bit out of touch. I'm pretty sure I recognize her face from somewhere. If I'm correct, she has been making money off social media since a very young age, so it's not really like she's actually had to work a proper physical job, and it does look quite bad on her behalf whenever she's complaining about stuff like that. I wish my problems were I could be in LA tomorrow. Yes, everyone has struggles in life, but she is very privileged for her age and compared to most. I mean, I agree with you, and that's the issue. What she's complaining about is just completely out of touch to the vast majority of people. But then yet again, if that's her life, that's her life. You know, it's not like she's actually had to experience what other people's struggles are. I'm sure if she did have to experience that, she wouldn't be complaining like how she is. And that right there is a huge issue with influencers whenever they start making money and getting fame. The stuff that they start to complain about and find difficult, or, you know, the issues in their life just aren't comparable to normal issues. If you have somebody who's struggling to pay their bills and then they're seeing videos like that where she's complaining about having to travel to another country, it's understandable why people get pissed off. Honestly, I've tried defending her in the past, but this is so bizarre. I wish going to LA tomorrow was my biggest worry. I mean, look, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I think I'm very fair that way. Kind of like how I was defending Jaclyn Hill. You know, I understand where she's coming from, and I also understand where she's coming from, because for her, that's an issue. Whenever she speaks about her issues, it doesn't come across well to the average Joe. You know, the average person who is struggling or doesn't have as much money or clout or experiences or even privilege as her. That's why people are irritated about it. You know, are her issues really that much of an issue? Influencer records man in the gym while muttering to herself and staring at him. Accuses him of being creepy when he glances at her, and later offers to help her adjust her weights correctly.
This is how to not approach girls at the gym.
So is he actually going to approach you though?
It's me so uncomfortable.
Okay, so that's the guy.
Feral, like feral. There's mirrors everywhere, so it's like you can easily catch people. act. Oh, this is nothing. Okay, we're gonna move on to the 35s now. I want you to watch very carefully.
Oh, come on, he stared at you for like 2 seconds.
There's the 5 as.
You know, he's probably staring at the camera and not actually at you.
Excuse me? You don't have to do that. It's okay. No, it's okay. I got it. Thank you, though.
Okay, so it just seems like he was trying to help her out.
See what I mean? Alright, here we go. Let's go to the gym with girls. Let me go with some girlfriends. This is ridiculous. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. Can't be too. What part of me working out by myself looks like I'm a damsel in distress? I'm not. I feel unsafe. I feel unsafe.
Come on, that is just a massive overreaction, that whole video. Now, yet again, to play the devil's advocate, I don't know if she's had bad experiences in the gym. For all I know, she could have been harassed by a guy before, and that's why she's reacting that way. However, posting that video doesn't make you look good. And it's even worse the fact that you've not blurred his face. You've made yourself look really bad. So many influencers have these apparent massive balls when speaking to the camera, but in the real world are completely nervous, timid wrecks with main character syndrome spouting victimized lines like this. She was very, very lippy on camera, but she wasn't saying too much to him. And look, you know, if he was being creepy to her, you know, and perving on her, I think the majority of people would actually be in her side. But he wasn't. That's the thing. You know, he was probably looking at her first of all because she got a huge camera. And second of all, you know, maybe she needed a bit of help. I don't work out, so I don't know if she's putting them weights on correctly or incorrectly. But come on, you should have known better than to post that, and God forbid, you know, blur his face at least. Okay, so this is the comment section in that original TikTok. What the hell is an underage 21-year-old? It's an exaggeration because I'm 4'11", very petite and look like a child. I mean, you're definitely petite and small. You don't look like a child. This is something I've also noticed whenever it comes to certain videos online. Adults kind of act like children, or they make it out like they're children when they're just not. You know, you're not a child, you're an adult. I also don't really like that comment because it kind of makes it out like he's a predator, and that's why he was approaching her. She's done a really good job of making herself look like an idiot. This is a real voice note an influencer left on my Studio Business Instagram account when I said no to her using our space for free.
What is this? Hilarious. I asked to come there for 20 minutes to shoot something with my daughter, and that's disappointing for free when I charge a lot of money for postings and we get like 12 million hits on our TikTok, and we do really well actually with video here, and that's disappointing. That's crazy. Who runs this account? Are you 90 years old and not know how influencers work? That's hilarious.
If this is real, this is
you guys are really out of touch.
bad.
It's crazy. I asked, oh, can I shoot there for 20 minutes
And you
with
also
my
would
daughter
think
to
that the
do a viral
influencer
video
wouldn't
and
send
like
a voice
support
note
you
to
guys and
incriminate
post you
themselves like
around,
that.
and people will book your studio because it's colorful and very on brand for me. They will book your studio, and then you go, it's so disappointing. And then you're asking for a collaboration. Influencers collaborate. Are you 90? Who is it?
I don't know if that's rage bait. I don't know if that's actually her speaking or if it is an actual influencer. If it is an influencer, that's bad. You know, that really, really is bad. If she wanted to support the studio, she would with money. Entitled TikTok mum doesn't get 10k for posting stuff. Studio owner is awesome for holding her ground and putting her on blast. I mean, if that is real, which is why I'm a little bit, you know, I don't know if that is real because, like, it is really bad. You would sort of think someone would have a little bit of self-consciousness to actually send a voice note like that. But then with people in the industry, like, it doesn't surprise me if someone's actually said that. I'm a studio owner myself, and we also quickly stopped trading our studio time for social media exposure. The problem is that most of these models and influencers have an audience that comprises of kids and guys that are not our target audience. We only occasionally accept trading for exposure if the person has a really relevant audience. This usually means they're creative, stylist, producer, etc. And most of the time they have a few 100,000 followers max. But those are way more useful for future booking. I would take a repost from an account with 500 relevant followers over an account with 1 million random followers any day. Just because somebody has lots of followers and views doesn't mean that's going to translate into people going into your gym. Deadass, you can literally have millions of followers but not get too many views, a bit like the Jacqueline girl. Let's say she done a video promoting your gym. How many people would actually turn up? How many people watching that video are actually from the local area? I mean, if she's got 1 million followers, that could be from all over the world. Well, anyways, guys, that is some influencers embarrassing themselves. Go see me look at more entitled influencers. Let me know if you will. Press bigger, subscribe, and see you all tomorrow for another video.